Iran means, in ancient Persian, the land of the Aryans. Aryan is a term originally used as an ethnocultural self-designation by Indo-Iranians in ancient times, in contrast to the nearby outsiders known as non-Aryan, in Arya. In ancient India, the term Arya was used by the Indo-Aryan speakers of the Vedic period as an endonym, self-designation, and in reference to a region known as Aryavarta, abode of the Aryas, where the Indo-Aryan culture emerged. In the Avesta scriptures, ancient Iranian peoples similarly used the term Arya to designate themselves as an ethnic group, and in reference to their mythical homeland, Aryam Vayo, expanse of the Aryas or stretch of the Aryas. The stem also forms the etymological source of place names such as Iran, *Aryanum, and Alania, *Aryana. Although the stem Arya may be of Proto-Indo-European origin, its use as an ethnocultural self-designation is only attested among Indo-Iranian peoples, and it is not known if Pi speakers had a term to designate themselves as Proto-Indo-Europeans. However, they decided at some point around 200 BC to designate themselves in Europe as Ge-Ermeni, or the Ge-Man people, Ge, having derived from the guttural sound assimilable to the Aryan or original Iran or Aryana. Therefore, as stated in the Talmud Megillah, after King Shaul struck Amalek, the arch-enemies of the Jewish people since the Bible, they went to Paris, Persia, as called by Alexander the Great, which is Iran, and to Germany. The Medes have also been historically known in the Old Testament to have constantly plotted against the Jews, with the Benot-Midian incident orchestrated by Balaam or Bilam. Therefore, this is not only a God-given command to always harass the Medes in reaction to what they have done to the Jewish people, but also to obliterate Amalek, as he wants and actively seeks to do precisely this to the Jewish people and Israel, as we have seen in Nazi Germany and now in Tehran. A war from God to Amalek for generations to generations. Remember what he has done to you, Israel, as written in the Torah, portion Besha, even this time, in Gaza. Do not forget. In the 1850s, the term Aryan was adopted as a racial category by French writer Arthur de Gobineau, who, through the later works of Houston Stewart Chamberlain, influenced the Nazi racial ideology. Under Nazi rule, 1933 to 1945, the term applied to most inhabitants of Germany excluding Jews, Roma, and Slavs such as Czechs, Poles or Russians. Those classified as non-Aryans, especially Jews, were discriminated against before suffering the systematic mass killing known as the Holocaust. The atrocities committed in the name of Aryanist supremacist ideologies have led academics to generally avoid the term Aryan, which has been replaced in most cases by Indo-Iranian, although the Indic branch is still known as Indo-Aryan. Amalek, the Aryans, in Jewish traditions. David Star, Star of David, by Dick Stins is a Holocaust memorial in The Hague. The text at the side, in Dutch and Hebrew, is from Deuteronomy chapter 25 verses 17, 19. Remember what Amalek has done to you. Do not forget. According to a midrash, Amalek's mother Timnah was a princess who had tried to convert to Judaism but had been rejected by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. She replied she would rather be a handmaiden to the dregs of this nation than be the mistress of another nation. To punish the patriarchs for the affront they had made her, she was made the mother of Amalek, the Botsart of Ser and Edom, ancient Russia in the west, as Germany Proto-Indo-Aryan, or Iran Indo-Aryans, both Amalek, whose descendants would cause Israel much distress, until the current Simit Torah War 5784, the 7th of October 2023. This war is the beginning of Gog and Magog, and nations will not leave this conflict until an above-logical divine revelation crushes Amalek and obliterates him and reveals the real Messiah, Rabbi Israel Naaman Adesser, or Iran, who is Naaman Mealman, the pure force against Amalek. This will prevent the possible exile of Ishmael indicated in prophecies. Nations that do not make peace with Israel, including Saudi Arabia, will do so but should do it in pride now instead of in shame after, when the divine judgment and retribution will be bestowed upon the world. According to the Midrash, the Amalekites were sorcerers who could transform themselves to resemble animals, in order to avoid capture. Thus, in 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 3, it was considered necessary to destroy the livestock in order to destroy Amalek. In Judaism, the Amalekites came to represent the archetypal enemy of the Jews. In Jewish folklore, The Amalekites are considered to be the symbol of evil. Noor Masala, Elliot Horowitz, and Joseph Stern suggest that Amalekites have come to represent an eternally irreconcilable enemy that wants to murder Jews, that Jews in post-biblical times sometimes associate contemporary enemies with Haman or Amalekites, and that some Jews believe that preemptive violence is acceptable against such enemies. Groups identified with Amalek include the Romans, Nazis, Stalinists, ISIS, the current Iranian regime, and some Palestinians and bellicose Iranian leaders such as Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. God will win this war for Israel. This war is above logic, and its cure is the simple faith in Hashem, the unique, all-encompassing one God of the Semites, and by the merit of Rabbi Israel Naaman Adesser, Iran, also called Na Na Nama Naaman Miaman. Amen.